Hey everyone, here we are with challenge number 4. All right, so if you're a low back pain sufferer, this is an absolute must watch and a must do for you. Today, we're going to be focusing on the low back area. What I wanted to let you know before I get into the technique is that the low back, the entire spine is actually very intricately connected. So when we have a problem and we're looking at it in the clinic, we do look at the entire spine despite where the pain may be, right? But if you're finding pain or tight muscles, which we're addressing with the rolling in the area of the low back, I want you to know this point, okay? Specifically, the low back is actually made up of 2 different areas. So today's video and tomorrow's video both go hand in hand. So make sure that you pay attention to both, okay? So the low back is the lumbar spine, and the rest of it is the pelvis, which plays a crucial role on how the low back functions, okay? They go hand in hand. They're not separate, okay? So today we're going to be focusing on the lumbar spine above the pelvis. Tomorrow we're going to jump into the pelvis. So let's jump into the technique. All right, so the first muscle in the low back that we're going to be focusing on, and I find this tight in almost everyone suffering from low back pain. It's one of those muscles that helps stabilize the back. So anytime you're more prone to injury, it's going to overfire and protect the back. It has a protective mechanism. This muscle is called the quadratus lumborum. Okay, and then if all these sounds like you're doing like magic, right? So for short, we call it the QL muscle. Okay, it's the muscle that's in your flank area. Okay, so you're gonna see a diagram of it right here, and we're gonna show you where to put the ball in order to get this muscle to loosen up and calm down. All right, so the QL muscle, right? With this muscle, the placement of the ball is extremely crucial. The movement is very easy to do, but the placement is very crucial. So look out for a diagram where I'm going to point out with an arrow on where to put the ball, okay? So take your tennis ball and you want to find your lower rib area and closer to your spine. Again, refer to that diagram and you'll get that compression that you need, okay? Now, this muscle actually helps you bend side to side. So we're doing the left side of my body here. What you want to do is lean away from the ball, okay? So hold your compression, take a deep breath. As you breathe out, lean away. Wow, that feels amazing. Once again, you can do 8 to 12 repetitions of this on each side up to a maximum of 4 times in a day. The second muscle is one of my favorite muscles to treat and look at with anyone suffering from low back pain. This muscle is called the psoas. I believe it is the biggest muscle in the body, and it connects to each of your 5 vertebrae in the low back or the lumbar spine area. Again, it's one of the stabilizers, and it's way deep in your abdomen, and what it does is it helps you lift your leg. Okay, it's called a hip flexor. So it connects your low back to your leg. So if you're walking, you're running, you're being mobile, this muscle is extremely important, right? But if you've been sitting for most of the day, you can see that it can become very squished, crunched, and tight, okay? So I'm going to show you how to get this muscle to loosen up. All right, let's get into the psoas muscle. So again, the psoas muscle is very deep in the abdomen, so you are going to want to put quite a bit of compression through the ball, okay? When you're going to do that, you want to be very, very mindful of how much pain you're experiencing, okay? And again, if you feel excruciating pain, you need to stop and revisit things, okay? So you're going to take the ball, and where the placement of it, again, it's going to be shown in the diagram, but it's a little bit tricky. What you want to do is the front of your waist, that bony part, you want to follow that up to your belly, and halfway through that, you want to put the ball, okay? And you want to lean it. The opposite foot comes across. This is again a cornered wall, so the opposite foot is coming across, and you're going to use that to place the ball in that middle area and put the compression. And you can simply, now to stretch the muscle, you can take the steps as far back as you want. And you want to roll up and down. I find that the closer you get towards that bony part, again, not on the bone, but the closer you get to it, the better it feels. And that's often the place where the psoas is most tight. Again, you can do that 8 to 12 times, up to a maximum of 4 times in a day. And if it feels sore, try using an ice pack for 5 to 10 minutes over the area that you just rolled. It may help it feel better, okay? So those are the 2 muscles that I have for you. Very simple and very efficient in helping the muscles around the low back relax, especially if you've been sitting most of the day. All right, I hope you enjoyed those 2, and we'll see you for challenge number 5.